Okay. Oh, we got to do sign language today.
It's not International Sign Language Day.
Damn it. Thought I had it right. Okay. The sound should be there now. Tweak. Tweak on your side. Tweak.
Thumbs up, anyone? Anyone?
I can hear myself.
I can hear you.
Oh, geez. After 112 episodes and 58 other podcast episodes, you would have thought that I would have my shit together.
Well, I think, you're getting closer. Just keep at it, mate. You're really coming on well.
If you fail, just keep on trying, dude. I think I'm the poster child for, fail quickly and just climb back on the horse.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. When at first you fail, try again. Poster boy.
Talking about failures, how do you like my green screen?
It's really coming on well.
It's realistic, eh?
I mean, if that was the effect you were going for, then I think you've nailed it.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I don't know how long it took you to get that right, but that looks
I used
so realistic.
AI to generate this background. Took me a long, long time.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I tried the Porsche, but it didn't work out. So
it
gave me a Ford Figo.
Yeah, you needed to cut the boot short. That's why. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit in the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Formula One this weekend, dude.
Yes. Are you ready? Have you done your team?
Oh, yeah. I updated my team. I had a good look at them and I decided to leave them as
change.
they are.
Okay, that's what I'm going to end up doing. However, the practice rounds been quite interesting.
I believe there was some interesting goings on.
Well, Bottas having the fastest times, but the first practice round it was only like 3 laps if you were lucky. Bottas was the best. But let's skip that because the timings are way off the second practice, which was a lot. It was like 4 or 5 seconds faster than the first practice.
Okay. And I believe the obvious thing, the Mercs are up there somewhere.
Mercedes 1-2. Followed by Ferrari, followed by Fernando and the Aston Martin, followed by Ferrari, and then comes Max.
Mm-hmm.
But Bottas is still up there.
Interesting.
And
he's been very
Sergio
quiet.
Perez.
We haven't really heard much from him.
Yeah, but he knows how this goes. As soon as you get to qualifying, it might all change again.
Yeah.
He doesn't get excited
this is
about
the
this
thing.
stuff.
They're saying that in spite of the fact that the Mercs are up there, Red Bull still a strong contender.
There's a different setup. Well, we know that the car is faster than all the other cars, but also you put a different setup on the car for qualifying.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the practice round? It's to practice. It's to learn the car and
tires,
the track.
Long runs, short runs, high fuel, low fuel.
It's not read too much into it.
Yes, I think when we get to qualifying, but the only issue with them having it in North America,
Canada,
time. It's like qualifying's at 10 o'clock tonight, South African time.
Yeah, I'm only an hour better, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I suspect they're gonna have more and more North American races going forward.
Well, isn't it 2? We now have 2 on the USA.
Well, isn't it 3 because it's
Crikey. Now you're making
me Miami,
Google.
Las Vegas coming.
Oh, Vegas. They're doing Vegas this year. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then where's the other one? Indianapolis or wherever it is.
Well, the traditional circuit is
Circuit of Americas
Austin,
or something.
Texas.
Yeah, Austin, Texas. There we go. So Austin, Texas, Miami, Las Vegas.
Great little town, Austin.
Down the main strip, dude. Just make sure you got those robots synchronized properly, eh?
Hey, listen, there's so much traffic there. I'm not sure we're going to get much passing done.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, so the Canadian Grand Prix always seems to be an interesting one to watch. There's always
yes,
something that happens.
there's a specific wall that tends to get hit more than any others.
Is this
Or
the one
crash
coming
barrier.
into the pits? No, this is not the one that's got the funny wall that comes
No.
into the pits.
I don't know where it is. I just remember that.
Russia somewhere. I remember
No, I'm thinking.
it was raining and someone was coming into the pits and they were trying to turn and they were just kept on going straight into the wall. But yeah, so
Sochi.
but based on how things have gone this year, okay.
Right. Well, do you want to do a side bet on whether there's going to be yellow flags, a safety car?
Well, this is what I'm concerned about because those tracks would traditionally you would expect to have these things. We haven't had them this year, so
yeah,
I almost think that we're going to have a pedestrian Canadian Grand Prix.
Where there's always a factor there.
Yes, like weather is a factor there. Okay, what's the weather looking like there?
It changes. Well, it changes. No matter the forecast, there's always a chance of rain.
Right. So let's hope there's some rain. Give us some good watching pleasure. Ish, dude, I'm going to have an afternoon nap so that I can catch the...
You are pulling amps and we're only 10 minutes in.
Oh,
Plug
no,
yourself
got
in,
out of
recharge.
bed half an hour ago.
You're not in my time zone.
Yeah.
So yes, looking forward to this, but it's going to be late at night. I would like to see something different happen, as we discussed last week. It would be good if Red Bulls are qualifying as they did in practice session further down the list. Oh, speaking of racing and potential safety cars, the Grand Tour new episode is out.
Oh, is it on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Okay.
And from what I can see from the trailer, I haven't watched it yet. It's called Euro Crash.
Ooh.
And from what I can make out, it's the usual shenanigans, and there is a crash.
Okay.
The little man has crashed again, as is tradition in their lifetime of these motoring TV shows. He has another crash.
Ooh.
And James May comes to his aid, and well, go and watch it. It's,
I'm gonna watch it because I haven't watched anything like that for a while.
Have you not watched Scandi Flick?
Sorry?
Oh no. Yeah, I could see how we go off this a bit, but I quite like they're not doing the show in the tent anymore. I think that's done now.
Did they give that up?
They're just doing road trips now.
Okay.
And that's a bit more fun. You know, pick your car, go on a trip, see what you find, see what happens. Yeah.
So when last did you watch the Grand Tour?
I watched Scandi Flick when it came out. That was the last one.
Okay.
Basically, they went Scandinavia. And there are some amusing moments in it.
Okay.
Yeah, have a look, mate. Have a look.
I'll go have a look. Is that also on Amazon Prime?
Aye.
So
I was just looking at the news, and one of the things on the BBC News is Spotify have dropped podcast of the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan.
Oh
yeah, with all the stuff going on, they decided, well, not for us.
But
it's what it looks like from where I'm sitting.
What's the latest? I haven't heard anything.
I actually haven't either. I get so bored of these things. I know the Duke. Harry's been in the UK the last few weeks because he's been in court. He's taking some newspapers to. Well, he's taken them to court because of intrusion, privacy, all sorts of stuff. He's suing the pants off several of them. I don't know what the outcome is, though.
Oh, dude. Do you know how much he got paid for that podcast? $25 million.
What?
Yes.
There's no return on investment on that.
Hey, can you believe it?
What would we do? I tell you what, if we got sponsored 25 million to do this podcast, I mean, 1, we would probably do it. 2, we wouldn't change the opening theme tune.
No.
3, we would get you a new
green screen.
I mean, we'd upgrade all the equipment and we'd hire somebody to run it. Oh my God, can you imagine what we could do?
Sure.
Man. Yeah, we could take this on the road. I mean, we could actually do this full time. I mean, we can talk nonsense for an hour a day easily.
Crap for an hour.
We've become masters of this.
Yes. And YouTube is responding with no views.
It's a glitch. It's a technical glitch.
Yeah. Maybe they're just not updating our stats.
Yeah, so I mean, we're getting the hits. They just can't. It's so many. The count is probably stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Speaking of which, I'm going to go and just have a look at our stats here. Just while we're online, let's just embarrass ourselves.
No, it's all right. It's okay. I mean, we don't need
to. It's this fall off the horse and climb back on the horse kind of thing again.
Oh, I see. National Climb Back on the Horse Day.
Yeah. Well, our episode 109 is catching up to episode 100.
What?
Yeah. And what happened in episode 109?
Well, probably the same as what happened in 108, 110.
That's true.
Probably.
Regurgitated. Yeah.
What did we talk about? Do you put footnotes on these to say what's included?
Like footnotes.
Like
yeah,
I would
put footnotes on there.
I
you
never
mean
look
like
at
hashtags?
This. No, not the hashtags, but just like episode info.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and have a look.
Well,
I'm going to go onto YouTube.
Well, I don't put what we spoke about because generally I post it before
just
we
post
actually
it.
talk. And who knows what we're going to talk about?
You can go and add stuff after.
I suppose so.
But then we'll, you've already
lots of
moved
work
on.
to do now, man. Am I allowed to delegate?
Yeah.
Nessa, what you doing this afternoon, dude? You have now been tasked with going and updating 112 episodes captions with everything that we spoke about in that specific episode.
Well, not everything.
Well, okay, high level content.
This is quite weird.
What?
I'm watching myself on YouTube on both screens. One's live and one's...
Yeah, go like this.
Oh, wait.
And then see how long it takes for it to go.
Okay, you ready?
Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Any time now. 10 seconds.
Jeez.
There we go. There's 10 seconds of the podcast done.
So I can do one of those. Oh, he said a bad word. Beep. I've got time. Interesting, dude. So, yeah, I don't know. Got to up the game here. Maybe go back.
What's interesting?
Huh?
You said interesting, dude.
Interesting, dude. That this is like after 112 episodes, we were like really, really breaking the internet.
Oh, that's what we were doing. I was going on here to see. how many hits we have.
You get sidetracked.
Oh, sidetracked by the sight of myself. Great stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Done. Oh wait, hang on a second. I'm looking at myself. Yeah.
Oh no, I got myself playing back in my ears. Oh no, this is not good.
Don't do it.
That's okay. Turn that off. Turn that off. Oh, that's weird. Oleg's suddenly sitting next to you. Oh wait, this is a different episode. Okay, so episode 100 had 24 views. My goodness.
And so episode 109, episode 109 had 22. So, like, what did we do right there? Yeah. See podcast analytics.
If I go to the bed fan, you've got on YouTube, you've got home videos, shorts, live, podcasts. And I think, well, if I click on podcasts, oh, there's only one. You've only ever done one podcast.
Is that only one episode?
It was that very first episode.
No, they're all supposed to be in there. Damn it. Because I converted the playlist, which is the Weekend Crack, into a podcast.
So videos has everything in it, including the shorts. Good grief. We've done a lot of content, man.
Have we?
Make
me feel better. Make me feel better.
Okay, well, let's go through the shorts here. Okay. We've done National Day, surely. COVID and vaccine update. The 30-day swimming challenge.
Oh, you're talking about those shorts?
Yeah, but look at the topics we covered in this general, just talk about stuff that's happened in the week. The beginning of hydrogen cars, riding bikes, high on BioPlus, beef jerky versus Biltop, UK tech tax, cryptocurrency we haven't talked about forever.
It's not worth talking about.
National Sausage Roll Day. Load shedding, sure.
Sure.
Friends reunion. 30-day swimming challenge I've mentioned. Copyright violations. Elon Musk. He hasn't come up for a few weeks.
Yeah.
My goodness, it just keeps coming. I'm just scrolling, and it keeps refreshing with more and more stuff. Tesla's market. Wow. Phobias. Breaking Bad updates. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wow.
So why are we doing so well? We must be doing something right.
I mean, we were talking about TV series. This is how long we've been doing. We were talking about Sky Rojo. That was that Spanish thing.
Yeah,
that was
they brought out
ago.
a new season. I haven't watched it.
I know.
Yet.
I haven't watched it, but that's how long ago. That's how long we've been doing this.
Sure.
Money Heist season 5. Friends reunion. Oh, we haven't done the rich list for a while. Because we were also talking about how Musk was catching up to Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
Clip we haven't done for a long time. South African slang.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Don't be
something
a
that's
chop.
appeared on my TikTok is a UK thing from ages ago. They love a bit taking off the South Africans and Australians, but so they've got the sketch of 2 security guards, and they're impersonating South Africans.
Right.
And so they got this little break room where all the CCTV camera monitors are, and basically every week is them 2 coming together after they've done their patrols and having something to have a little chat. And it's done by 2 British people, but they've nailed it, and everything's doff. Aka doff, hey. He's doff. She's doff. That's doff. Doff. Do they still use that word in SA?
I haven't heard it for a while. I haven't heard it for a while.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I must admit. I think we're all becoming politically correct. Can't call someone stupid. Can't call someone Dolph.
Oh, I see.
Don't call him a chop.
What?
Chop, chop. No, I'm joking.
But hang on. If your mum's tuned into this episode, she's a chop.
Drop the mic.
But pause for effect.
Yeah. Where's that beep button? Beep, 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 beep.
The mouth is moving, but nothing's coming out.
Yeah, mute. I didn't get it in time. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we need a complete new revamp. New green
let's
screen,
talk about what.
New
Well,
green
steady
screen,
now.
new
Let's
theme,
not push the boat out.
like give myself lots of work to do. Like
Yeah.
I can't even get round to changing the theme tune.
But
now I want to revamp everything.
You're talking about pushing the boat out, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, this is your long weekend. You do you do what you think's best.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like as if I didn't have enough things to do. Hey?
Let me not interrupt and stem, or what's the word? Temper that aggression.
Temper that.
Get that across the line.
Yeah, I wonder what Oleg is doing right now.
I bet you they're packed up. They're busy cruising around Pretoria Skop. And then they're going to hit the road after lunch. After lunch in Pretoria Skop.
You reckon?
Yeah. Are you texting him?
No, I'm going to phone him.
Okay, let's bring him into this.
Let's see if we can do this. I'm just trying to connect my phone to...
so hang on, while you do that, where do you think he is?
In the car.
Well, he's going to be in the car.
Running around the Kruger Park.
I think because he's always late. They're in Pretoria
He's always late.
They're in Pretoria Skop.
He's never late, man. What are you talking about? He's never late.
I mean, it was a rash outburst from my part, and I apologize profusely.
Where's that beep button again? Beep. He's always beep.
Every single year.
Okay, I think we have. Let's see. Let's go Oleg. Let's see. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I think he'll know that he's going to be on the podcast.
Oh, come on.
So you've reached the voicemail of... Yeah, he's not going to answer.
Are you phoning his cell phone number? Or are you calling him on Teams?
No, I'm calling him on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Who else can we phone? Let's see if we can... Let's try this one. This is so weird. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who else to phone. I don't know who else to phone.
We haven't had a catch up with Andrew for a while.
Kill Martin.
Whatever.
Like I've tried to organize that, and then either he's away or I forget, or...
It's okay. By the time we get around to it, I'll be retired, and then we'll have loads of time. I should probably have even less time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what? I've got no time.
Kids are
but
growing
you're
up.
in retirement. There's not
And I'm
enough time
babysitting my grandchildren.
Yeah. Grandchildren? What grandchildren? Oh my God. This is a scary thought. Yeah, I was
let's move on.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I was just thinking of this, like how many people can I phone?
I'm just trying to think who we've had live on this. We've had Jerry.
Have we had Jerry?
Yeah, we phoned Jerry once. Okay. Yeah, seeing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Who else?
Do you know, when we posted details of our 100th episode in the gathering, Louise is like, why wasn't I invited?
Well, you're in a different country, darling.
She's not in Durban anymore.
No. She's in the UK. She's in the UK. Jeez. Am I the only guy that's left here?
This is it. You should just be able to go to your contacts list and go, zzz, stop. And that's the person you call. Stop.
Yeah, I need to get Kilmartin on. But he was like, no, but I don't want to do podcast. Come on, dude. Live a little.
What was he so just enamored by his own one and only previous podcast?
Yeah. He was still traumatized. Surprise. Can you remember we always used to mock him because he always used to, when you were in the prefect room, he would say, give me feedback. Remember?
Oh, God, I forgot about that. Wow.
So now I can call him up and say, hey, Andrew, give me feedback. Jeez, dude, how were those prefect meetings we used to have? Yes, baby. All sitting in a circle upstairs in the
I still maintain we're probably the best prefect body ever.
Yes. Best matrix, best whatever.
Every
good old days, but dude, you do realize that was 30 years ago. And some and plenty.
And then some.
Yeah, and some. Yeah, 30 and some. So, I mean, I don't want to talk about controversial stuff on the podcast. You know, just now we blow up for being controversial.
I don't want to get cut off again.
Yeah. Well, you haven't been cut off for a while. That's probably because we're using Teams instead of Skype. But I keep on getting a reminder to say that I need to upgrade. Cancel. It hasn't cut us off yet.
Yeah, it comes up on my side. Your administrator has been notified.
Well, the administrator's not listening.
I'm just doing a random Google search for... what year was that?
What year was what?
Standby.
Standby. This is your captain speaking.
Okay.
Exton Bay. Exton Bay. What's happening there, dude?
So on this day in our year of being matric, a lot happened.
A lot happened.
Sunday, the 17th of June was a Sunday.
Yeah.
And number one song in the American charts was "It Must Have Been Love" by Roxette from the movie Pretty Woman.
All right.
Wah! Bloody hell. It must have been love. No, stop it.
Yeah, no.
The number one song in the UK was Elton John. Sacrifice. Crikey.
Crikey, yes.
What else do we have?
Yes, no. Interesting.
Operation Desert Shield. That was the Gulf Wars. Oh man.
Golf Wars.
Nothing.
Yes,
Besides golf,
1991.
there's nothing much happening on this day in 1990.
Yeah. Besides the fact that we matriculated.
No, but that was months later.
Hit Cape Town.
Smashed Cape Town.
Yeah.
Had to leave it in pieces. Came back to get our results to see if we passed school. Oh dear, yes.
Oh dear, yes.
Did we get the results the day we landed?
I don't. Back in those days, I've got a vague recollection of being in Cape Town and checking the newspaper. No.
That doesn't ring bells.
No,
I'm sure we only found out when we got back.
Possibly.
Your dad had a bit of an insider track. Because his position on, what was it, PTA?
Well, yeah, the management council.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got an insider track to find out, and I think the principal didn't tell him, except the principal said one person didn't make it, and that's as far as the message we got in Cape Town as we boarded our plane back to the homeland.
Damn, I should have studied for that accountancy exam instead of being down at Falkies the day before.
Do you know that was a good day at Falkies, but that was my best result in the exams.
For accounting.
Yeah, that was my best. So I'm just saying there might have been something in it. I put more effort into all the others and did worse. And the least amount of effort.
You wasted your time. I
should have become an accountant. You're right.
With
a name like Lester.
See you as an accountant, dude.
With a name like Lester, I can wear a brown suit and go through the same routine every day.
I can see you in an episode of The Office.
Actually, that makes more sense.
Yes.
I could easily be one of those characters because I would just get bored and get up to mischief.
Yes. Like we never got up to mischief when we were bored at school, did we?
It wasn't captured on film. And maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, good thing there wasn't social media back in those days, dude. We could have... I can just see it now. Morag coming to her brand new...
Do you know, we would get so many... Oh, my God. We would film it, and we would be YouTube sensations and millionaires before we'd even left school.
If social media was available in our day... Yeah, we would be up there with the vlog squad, and we'd also be selling energy drinks called Prime in South Africa for 40 Rand.
I had not heard about this Prime thing, I don't think.
You don't
Until this week I had a conversation because you can't get it anymore, and there was a batch that became available. And it was £100 a bottle.
What?
Yeah, and people were paying for it. And I'm like, it's not that. It's just an energy drink, guys. Calm down.
And it doesn't taste very good.
There's now a knockoff. Because there's such demand, there's a knockoff Prime that you can buy in certain shops.
Mm-hmm.
And it tastes vile, and it's not the same. And it is bloody expensive.
So,
not £100
so tell
bottle.
me the story there. You say that you can't get it anymore. Is it like you can't get it at all? Or is it just not stock?
It's limited. Very limited.
Okay.
Demand outstrips supply by far.
So we're just
so
saying
you would have
I
to
could buy it here in South Africa because you can buy it everywhere. And export it back out of South Africa and make a shitload of money. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying that, but let's talk about this
offline. Offline, yeah. So, but I mean, just seriously, you used to be able to get Prime in South Africa, and it was 400 Rand a bottle.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I've never had it,
so
I don't know.
I've tried a couple of them. Then what happened was Checkers. obviously got the rights to sell it in South Africa. Now they sell it for 40 Rand. Right. In comparison to something like Red Bull, which is, I don't know, 17, 18 Rand. $16, whatever. It doesn't taste very nice. Tastes like crap. You know that what I like about Red Bull is Red Bull tastes like Red Bull. It's got a nice taste to it. Do you get the different flavors of Red Bull there?
No, we've kind of gone to sugar-free and original.
Okay.
That's about it.
So we get these summer editions here in South Africa. And the one that they have is the cactus fruit. It's in a green can. It's red in color and tastes divine.
Is that not Monster came up with the cactus flavor, didn't they?
Jeez, Monster's got so many flavors. But what I don't like about the Monster is that they've got so many fusions of tastes in one flavor that, like, when you drink it, you're like, geez, man, what am I drinking? Is that cherry, or is that orange, or is that lemon, or is it pineapple?
It's just when they were switching over flavors when they're in the bottling plant. So you just get something of everything from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah. Anyway, do you guys get vitamin water?
Yeah.
So you used to get vitamin water here in South Africa, and then it was taken off the shelves because it didn't have any vitamins in it. False advertising. Okay. Now, apparently they revamped the formula because it's owned by Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
They've revamped the formula and it's supposed to have vitamins in it now. But I've yet to see it on the shelves in South Africa. Apparently you're supposed to be able to get it at Woolies. I haven't been able to find it. And I really like the vitamin water because it's got a nice subtle taste. It's not too sweet. Can't find it anywhere.
In my days of alpine skiing, that was what we took in our backpacks, vitamin water. That was our ski juice every day.
Oh, no.
I don't think I've had it since those days.
Okay. Let me just check here. Let me see. Vitamin water in South Africa. Vitamin water, dude. Check this. I can buy a bottle of vitamin water. Okay, that's 24 of them for 2,000 Rand. Nice. Vitamin water. Checkers. Apparently Checkers sells it. I haven't seen it in Checkers. Woolworths online.
Oh, Woolworths online, not retail.
Yeah, maybe it's only online. The Coca-Cola company. Did I tell you that I found a coffee shop? Yeah.
There's a vitamin water called Hey, like, wow. That's the label. Sorry, you.
Yeah, I was going to say that down in Cape Town, I came across a nice coffee shop called Costa Coffee. Have you ever heard of Costa Coffee?
Well, Costa Coffee is a massive chain here.
Exactly.
They have two in my village.
They have one in Cape Town.
Oh, are you saying they're branching into the SA?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of them, but I found this one in Cape Town. It's around the corner from my parents' place. And let me tell you something, dude. Nice coffee. Really, really nice coffee. So, obviously, I do my research thing.
You do. Okay. When it comes to coffee, yes.
Well, just in general, you know. It's like, okay, I've never heard of Costa Coffee. Where do they come from? What's the deal? What's the story behind it? So, yes, it started in the UK. There were two brothers or whatever, and they started Costa Coffee. And not so long ago, it was bought out by someone.
That's Tommy Elon Musk.
No.
I mean, it would be
It's
that
like
random.
everything that's up for sale. Elon Musk.
You know what? I really like. I'm going to buy a coffee chain.
Yeah.
Just so I can.
I want to, disrupt Twitter or the coffee industry. I'll just buy a coffee chain.
I'm going to open the first coffee shop in space. Go on then. So who bought it?
I want to see you percolate coffee in space. Anyway. Yes, it was bought out by Coca-Cola.
What?
Yep. Yeah. So Costa Coffee belongs to Coca-Cola. Remember there was that thing where they were getting into coffee and then they were putting like coffee in a can kind of thing, infusing coffee into their Coca-Cola.
Which is a massive market in Japan. Canned coffees.
Is it?
Yeah, massive.
I don't know. Just doesn't float my boat. Anyway, so Costa Coffee. Apparently there's one up here in Johannesburg. I want to see if I can try and find it and then go and see if their coffee is as good as it is in Cape Town. Okay, so I'm going to check in-store availability for vitamin water in Woolies. Apparently I can get it in Hildecrane. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
How far is Hildecrane from you?
Not too far. Not too far. Yeah. I want to see if I can go find some vitamin water. And that's like
this is your quest for your weekend. Then you can feel like you've achieved something.
Yeah. Well, it's not like I've got much to do, revamping the podcast.
I mean, you're going to need coffee for this because you're going to be pulling amps all night. Just say.
True.
Do you have Cafe Nero there?
Huh? No.
Okay, that's a no then. Okay.
Was my response, huh? Was that good?
It's the way you closed one eye and had that look at disdain.
Yeah, I was trying my Popeye face. Yeah. Seeing that we're almost up for an hour.
Should I tell you what national day it is?
Please do.
Today is the official birthday of the monarch of the UK. They have 2 birthdays a year because one's not enough. And it's basically a celebration for them. And historically, it's the trooping of the colour day, which is where one of the household regiments go and troop their colours, the colours of the regiment, in this parade. It's been going on since the mid-17th century. It happens every year. And the monarch is generally on parade to acknowledge the trooping ceremony, the colour ceremony. It's the day when every Grenadier Guard or other household cavalry who wear the busbies and these thick tunics as they step out uniforms, they are praying for a cool day, because it's not unusual for somebody to be fainting from the heat under all that uniform. And if you faint on parade, you're just left. The problem with this is not just the guys marching around, because the other regiments are also there, just in a smaller capacity. And they march around, and it's all very colourful, and it looks good from a military perspective. But they also have horses on parade. They also have the Blues and Royals, or the household cavalry. And they also have bands, mounted bands. So if you're falling over on parade, you're going to get... Chances are that the horses, when they go in parade, they're not as controlled. So you could easily get squished. So that's why I'm going to be watching it. In fact, it's probably on right now, if it's not already finished. But today is the national birthday of... the official public birthday of the monarch. Okay, it's also, and unknowns, but no relation, it's Global Garbage Man Day, where we need to take a moment to appreciate those who take our rubbish away from us. And then I was thinking, but my garbage guys don't work on a Saturday. So they're already having a day off, and they're already, anyway. It's World Juggling Day. You can celebrate that as you feel.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you celebrate that? Let me guess.
I would get some eggs and I would juggle. I wouldn't try the chainsaws just yet.
Yeah, just get some practice in first, though.
Yeah, it's International Surfing Day. It's Meet a Mate Week. That's why we needed to get Oleg on the phone. It's Meet a Mate Week.
The whole week. Meet a mate.
Yeah. Catch up. I should have come over for this.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you? Why are you late?
Sorry, flight delayed.
Flight delayed.
Okay, so there you go. Those are the national days. Let's talk about this day in history and what really got my interest this morning when I looked into this. On this day in 1527, Spain sent a contingent to go and explore Florida. 1527, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent 5 ships and 600 men. I'm thinking the ships were small in those days. That must have been crammed. I bet they were happy to get to that beach and go and explore. However, in less than 9 years, of those 600 men and 5 ships, only 4 men were still alive. And Florida wasn't that densely populated. There was
lots of alligators.
There was lots of alligators, sure. There's also wildcats in that area. There's also there is a tribe of American Indians there. That's their homeland. So who knows
First
what
Nations.
happened?
First Nations.
Is that what we're calling them? Okay.
Yeah. Can't call them American Indians anymore.
Moving on, talking about India.
Nice little segue.
On this day in 1631.
I think I'll get off the highway over here.
Taking the first exit. On
Emergency
this day,
exit.
Mumtaz Mahal died during childbirth.
Right.
Okay, that's terrible news. Her husband. Yes, well done. Spent 20 years from that day building this tomb in her memory because he was so distraught. 20 years of grieving. That was 1631, and it still stands today. And it is quite a precise building from a mathematical perspective. What else do I have? On this day, The Incredibles, the cartoon, Incredibles 2 box set.
Yeah.
2018, it was released and it set a box office record for an animated release, and had $180 million on its opening weekend for a sequel of a cartoon.
Wow.
We're in the wrong business, I think.
No, this is where our question is like, what has the world come to? Well,
what else do we have?
We can, dive into the good old AI conversation and saying, well,
we could generate our own cartoon movie.
This is a true point.
Featuring characters from the Weekend KRAK.
Like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, you don't want awesome, detailed, down to the finest pixel. You want it sort of South Park, Beavis and Butthead, that Simpsons.
So I lean towards more like sort of graphic novel kind of stuff.
Oh, I see. From content, I was thinking visual animation, not the storyline. The storyline is South Park.
Oh, the storylines. Okay. Storylines, yeah. But I like but I mean, in terms of, I don't even know where I'm going there. I like that sort of graphic novel. That graphic novel kind of art.
Okay.
That was another emergency exit on the highway. So, dude,
anyway, celebrity birthdays.
Hey, yeah, let's do birthdays.
Barry Manilow. He's 80 today.
Who?
Yeah.
Come again.
Venus Williams is 43.
Oh, really?
She's 43. She's only just given up tennis.
Yeah.
Okay. My last snippet here. France used to do a lot of guillotining as a
pastime
when you're sentenced to death, or we'll call it sentencing to death. But their choice wasn't the gallows; it was a guillotining.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this day was the last public guillotining in France.
Don't ask me when.
Well, this is it, the last public one.
Okay.
They were still done behind doors until like the 60s, 70s, if I remember correctly. I'm like, what? That wasn't so long ago.
Jeez.
But the last public one was 1939, just before the start of the Second World War.
Sure, that's hectic, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Public stoning at lunchtime.
Bring out, yeah. Yeah. What are you doing this afternoon? Public holiday day. Oh, I thought I'd go down the
I feel like getting out of the office, go for a walk, have a cup of coffee. Watch someone get their head chopped off. Why not? Yeah, back to the office. Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see how close to the Second World War start. It's just triggered. I've lost it now. Where are we now? We're June. The Second World War started September. So public guillotine, and then suddenly the world's at war. Fantastic.
Oh, geez,
yeah,
dude,
I just can't believe they
that.
carried on.
I mean, imagine doing that in this day and age. In a first world country.
Well, if you think about South Africa's history, they used to do kangaroo courts in the 90s. And if you were sentenced to death via necklacing, that was a public event. I mean, that's just as brutal.
Yeah, true. Again, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like capital punishment. So, Botswana still got capital punishment.
Yeah. And look how low their crime rate is.
Yeah. America, yeah, they've also got capital punishment in some states.
Some states.
Death penalty. Doesn't stop anyone there.
But it's kind of backfired on America, I think, because of their legal system. Everything can be, what's the word? Contradict. I want to appeal everything. And as long as appeals go on, people just sit there. So there's so many people who have been convicted of the crime and are awaiting their death penalty to be executed. They could be sitting there for years waiting because of the processes of double checking everything and all the appeals done and everyone happy. Anyone last request, and off we go. So some of those guys sit there forever.
Well, this is it. You know, you often hear about these guys sitting on death row for so long. I'm always like, okay, but if you're going to sentence the oak to death, not that I'm agreeing with it, but like, why do you take so long to do it?
Yeah, just get on with it. Same day.
Did you ever watch the movie The Green Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ride the lightning.
I saw a thing on the best movies Tom Hanks has done.
And what would
by the
they
way,
be?
he's just launched another movie this week. And they did the IMDb ratings of each one.
Yeah.
And there's like, God, he's done a lot, and so many good ones with high ratings. All right, I've just looked up how many people are on death row in the US.
At this present moment.
At this point in time.
Thousands.
2,394 men and women.
Sure.
Are on state or federal death rows across the United States.
Sure.
But apparently, the size of death row in the United States has declined every year since 2001.
Is that because they're ramping up?
Running out of space?
Running out of space.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. I was talking about these school shootings the other day. Well, Becky was telling me there was some person outside of South Africa who had happened to visit South Africa, who had left and then started doing some TikToks complaining about there's this terrible thing that's happening in South Africa, which it is terrible. But I'm not too sure why she focused on this. This is the whole farm murder thing. And like just basically doing a racist spin on it. You know, there's this racism, reverse racism in South Africa. The blacks on the white farmers.
Sure.
Like revenge. And she was going off in this kind of, and she's obviously from America. And I was like, why are you so worried about, I mean, obviously it's something to be worried about, but why don't you just focus on your own country and just talk about your mass shootings that you have every year? You know, I don't know. It's just, come visit our country by all means. Have a good time. Go home. Say nice things about our country. If there's something you don't like about it, you know, by all means say something, but don't focus on one aspect of the country and then sell the country in a bad light because of this.
Do you know that, I might have said this before, that there was a body of farmers who got together because of the volume of farm killings over 10 years ago, they approached the United Nations and with the facts and the figures to get the classification on the genocide list. There's different layers of genocide.
Wasn't there was this Canadian guy that was trying to get into Canada, and he was, because he wanted to be seen as a refugee or something.
Well, I think that's a sideline thing, but they wanted to make sure that it got the publicity because it was just out of hand. So it was quite interesting. The UN said, "Thank you for your application," and I think there was a rating given on the genocide list, but because what we don't realize, because we're naive, is there's so many layers, and when you start getting into the genocide, like what happened in the Second World War or what happened in Central Africa all those years ago, those are those are the highest sort of levels.
Yeah.
And if there's 10 levels on this thing, I think the farm killings, as bad as they are or were, they're quite low down, but they do have a genocide rating.
Sure.
I've just looked at mass shootings in the US. On a different thing, the BBC suggests mass shootings in the US have risen.
Oh, really?
Despite people on death row going down. Okay. Yes, it is high. Mass shootings have, in 2020, 610
sure.
in a year. This year, I mean, the highest was 2 years ago of 690.
Sure.
And a mass shooting is an incident where 4 or more people were killed or injured. Okay.
Okay.
This year, there's been 203 up to beginning of May. Sure. 203 instances.
Sure.
Excellent.
Blackskottel.
Mm. And then if you do an international comparison of gun-related killings as a percentage of all homicides, the US is 80%. Canada's 40%. In a country that's not a big fan of guns, they still have a lot. Australia was 11%, and the England and Wales was 4%.
Sure.
Okay. Top civilian gun-owning countries are into the stats now.
Ooh.
Estimated number of firearms per 100 residents. Top of the list, the United States with 120 firearms per 100 residents. And then less than half of that was second place is Yemen. And then we get into Serbia, Montenegro, and I'm wondering this is the leftover from the civil war from all those years ago. Then we've got Uruguay. Canada is next. So they're 6th on the list of number of firearms per 100 residents.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And this can't just be, this as wild as the country is, and I'm sure the frontiers people will have firearms to protect themselves or hunt or whatever it is. Most of the population live in built-up areas.
Sure.
So, okay, then we have Cyprus is next.
Really?
South Africa's not on the list yet, mate.
Oh.
Cyprus, Finland, Lebanon, Iceland. Iceland? Really? Okay. Wow, their Olympic shooting team must be second to none. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop now. There's too many facts and figures on this page. But South Africa doesn't have, it's not featured. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, because I don't have actual stats on the number of guns that are out there. Because the large majority of them are illegal.
Yeah.
And the problem is that they say, oh, we took off so many thousand guns off the street. And the problem is next week they're back on the street, but just now unofficially.
Yeah.
Oops.
And if the serial number is all filed down, you can't register it. So it falls into the other category.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that bombshell. South Africa is not as dangerous as some places in the world.
Definitely not. Yeah. Anyway, the weather's great here. It's a bit chilly. Sun's shining.
21 degrees at the moment here.
In Cape Town.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they've had lots of
From
rain.
droughting to flooding. Okay.
Yeah. It's a 7-year cycle, dude. El Nino, El whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the boy and the girl. One. The boy and the girl.
This is great for the wine region, though, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's great for Cape Town because they need the water. Although, always these things hey, dude, did you hear about an earthquake?
I did hear about your earthquake. I was not earth tremors and minor earthquakes have happened in that area for many years. But not as strong as this one.
No, this is 5.0.
How did this not make the beginning of the podcast?
Good point.
Okay.
Good point.
I've always had this saying that I don't get out of bed for less than a 6 on the Richter scale. Because I've been through 5.5s and it didn't push me out of the bed.
Oh, didn't it?
It wasn't shaking the room, the house, the building enough to get me out of bed.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even feel it. I didn't even know about it. It happened 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. My daughter was, did you feel the tremor last night?
Did car alarms not go off? Because that's normally what happens.
I don't know. I saw lots of like sort of security videos of inside shops, like this lighting shop or whatever, and everything's like falling over, breaking. Yeah.
Okay, now I get why you can't get Prime anymore. It's all been smashed.
No, dude, there's plenty of Prime here.
Vitamin water, gone, smashed, earthquake to plane.
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, dude, on that bombshell.
For the third time, let's play that music. It's that time.
Hit that funky
Hopefully Oleg will be back next week with stories of his adventures.
Yeah, we need photos, videos. I hope he went to
Where was he when we phoned him? That's what we need to know.
Maybe he was at Craic. Maybe he was doing the swing. Swing better, swing better, swing better. Anyway, cool, dude. We'll catch you next week. And hopefully Oleg's back.
Oh, I can't do next week.
Can't you? No. Damn, there's a trend happening here. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not offended. I don't feel rejected. Anyway, we'll catch you the week after then.
Yeah, I'll catch you when I catch you. Eh?
Okay, bye.